So it does appear that when you Google her now, and even in Forbes, it is Beyonce Knowles and not Beyonce Carter.
Man, but that, ooh,
Yep.
man. That's not a good sign, bro. Yeah, that's not a good sign. And listen, they've been the epitome of black excellence. They're who we got. They're who we got as a culture, and people hold them dear.
Real life. It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
Real life street stars, man. We back with Benzino, man.
We back, Rook. Let's go. Let's get it.
Man, let's get it, man.
Let's
You know,
get it.
off top, we gotta go there, bro.
Well, first,
Um,
first.
Corey,
Happy
wait.
New Year first. Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year's, bro. I'm sorry, Happy New Year's, bro. We gotta do that
Happy New
first.
Year
Happy New Year's to
2025.
everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you and the
Yeah,
whole team. You know what I'm saying?
man. Um, let's get to it, bro. Coy, Leray, and TrippieRed.
Man,
Man,
man. I mean, it's
it
wow. I'm gonna be a granddad. Ain't that
right.
something?
This,
Wow, man. That's like I just found out last night. I don't know when this is gonna air, but I just found out like I think the first of the year. I think the January 1st. I think I found out. I think I found out when the world found out.
wow.
Yeah, I'm
How does
gonna.
it feel?
Um, I don't know. It feels kind of surreal. My son just told me that his girl's pregnant. My son Ray, and he's my oldest. Him and Coy are separate by 3 years. So it look. I mean, I'll be 60 in July. So it took me all this time to be a granddad, man. It's just surreal, man. I can't believe it. Kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
What do you feel about TrippieRed being her baby's father?
Hmm. I got to think about that question. I got to give it a little bit of time before I answer that. I like to think about things before, I want to, uh, I don't know enough about him, you know. Um, I don't, I've never met him personally. Um, and I've heard a few of his songs, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to judge based off off the internet, because Lord knows I hate when they do it to me. But yeah, this is a different moment right now, man. First, I want to congratulate both of them, and you know what I'm saying, and of course, Cece, because man, this is like my daughter's having a baby. This is by Trippie Red. Like, wow, huh? I mean, I'm gonna be
Right.
a hell of a grandfather. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a 9-year-old, and I had to tell him. I said, "You about to be an uncle 2 times." He said, "What?" I was like, "Yes, you about to be an uncle." So, he's excited. I know, being a granddad is just well, what it's gonna do is gonna show both of my kids what it is to be a parent now. Now they're gonna know not only what it is to be a parent, but what it is to be a parent while working in the industry. See, now both of them will know firsthand what it's like to have a child, but still trying to have a career and still trying to pay the bills. So this is going to be interesting,
Right.
and it's the most beautiful thing that I guess could ever happen to him. I mean, honestly, parenthood could be a great thing. And you know, yeah, wow, this is crazy. That's man, 2025 starting off with a bizang. I don't know if I want to be called grandpa, papa, granddad. Um,
Right.
maybe you know what I'm saying. If they boys, it's on. If they both
Right.
boys, Yeah, it's going. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. They gonna have the illest granddad ever. You know what I mean? For real. If it's a girl, it's gonna be, well, you know, if it's a girl, I gotta go easy. I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You know, "Grandpa, come here, baby. You know, if it's a boys, you know, it's gonna be the, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, like I would love to meet the guy. Uh,
Yeah. When do you plan on meeting him?
I don't know. Shit, you might meet him before me.
Right.
You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, I guess I'm gonna have to run into him one day. You know what I'm saying? It's it's
So
it's
what's the
it's, it's,
what
it's just
what's the
I don't
relationship?
mean to. It's just like I'm actually going through the emotions right now because I just found out about this. It might have been this morning or yes. This is a
Right.
wild. Yeah, I'm gonna be a grandfather. Man, that's
So
crazy.
how's your relationship with Corey right now? Are y'all good
I,
and
I
speaking
haven't I
terms?
haven't I haven't spoke to Corey.
Right. Is there anything you want to say to her right now? Because I'm sure she'll probably see this.
Nah, well, you know what? I don't like saying things through the internet, man. This is like that shit is still corny to me. Like, what the fuck? Like, we supposed to be, but you know, that's in God's hands, and we'll let God take care of that. But you know, I'm sure she sees what it is that you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy. You know, I would like to see him put a ring on her finger. I would like him to marry her. I would love that. You know, regardless of me meeting him or not necessarily knowing him, but just the fact that I know that he's going to be around because it's so important for a child to grow up with both parents if that can happen, and if that can happen, it's just such a beautiful thing. Because there's so many issues when the father's here and the mother's here, and we know that firsthand. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right. Right.
it's just wow, a lot of emotions going through me right now. I just don't know what to say or how to feel. And then everything's internet. So all this, I'm finding out about this when everybody else is. And like back in the day without the internet, I would have been like, hey dad, I'm saying I'm pregnant. I would have been like, what? Should have been
Right.
even at her big age, 27, you know what I'm saying? What?
Right.
uh
So
yeah, I don't
so how
know.
does it feel with finding it out on the internet and her just not calling you in person?
I mean
Right.
that's kind of shitty. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't who would want that? You know what I'm saying? But I've learned to um I've learned to accept the internet for what it is and adapt and adjust, you know what I'm saying? So I don't let it get the best of me or I don't let it put me in any type of negative mindset. I kind of look at things for what they are now and don't take them so personal and so emotional. And especially at my big ass age, I want to try to live the rest of these years with some fulfillment. I still got things I got to do that I'm focused on, and I don't want any distractions or anything negative. I just want everybody, especially my kids, I want them all to prosper, be healthy. They already know if there's any type of issues, you know what I'm saying, just get on the phone and I'm there. But other than that, they pretty much self-sufficient and independent. And as a parent, that's what any parent would want and be proud of their kids. But yeah, I mean, it's different now, Rook. You know what I'm saying? Me finding this is going to be
Right.
the normal thing, actually. The normal thing is going to be, I'm just a prototype. But this is what's going to be happening. It'll be the internet finding out about pregnancies and things before family. That's what it is now.
Now that's facts. That's
Yeah,
how it's
yeah.
gonna
I'm
start
just,
going.
I'm just, I'm just the example. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just the
Right.
example.
Oh, right. 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 Okay. We gotta touch on it. There was a video of you acting like
Which
you
one?
were.
Which one?
Wait. There's a couple videos, but we're gonna go through this one
Hey, yo,
first.
we left 2024 with an
Yeah,
incident.
we gotta go through it and put it behind us. We gotta
But
we
I'm
gotta
glad, you
get
know
this.
what though? But I'm glad because it happened in 2024. Because
Right, right.
what that meant was like, yeah, let this be the last of the bullshit, and it's out of here. We on 2025 now. But yeah, let's talk about it, please. Come on.
Right. So the video was um you saying that you're gonna commit suicide,
Right.
and
That's
right, and you were going crazy, and then there was a woman that was filming you, telling you not to do it,
yeah,
and
man. Like, listen. First of all, my acting skills are like really amazing, bro. Like honestly, like no. I've been really on these movies, these Tubi movies, taking them serious. I want to shout out to Dennis Reed because I'm getting ready to go to Detroit and film with him. I want to shout out to Geechee Films. I'm getting ready to go to South Carolina and film with them next month, and then my man Fence in Miami with Bloodline 2. So I got like 3 films I'm shooting the next couple of months, and big roles too, you know what I'm saying, starring roles. So I'm excited. And that basically, me and my girl, we always reenact, you know what I'm saying, the lines in the storylines. And now it was one of the storylines, and everybody was really convinced it's the movie's coming out.
Right.
I don't want to say too much about the movie right now because the crazy thing is that Tubi contacted me and was saying that they were really looking forward to the movie, and I was like, wow. So all that shit was just like a major promotion for it. And with 50,
Right.
I definitely want to shout Curtis out for promoting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout
'Cause
out to 50
was
for
that shit
promoting it. Yeah.
strategic?
Yeah,
All that was strategic.
I didn't know it was gonna go that far. You know what I'm saying? Because I've released it other type
Right.
things, you know what I'm saying. But when 50 released it, it was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is dope. So, the movie's gonna be dope. The movie, it touches on, but it's more like some hood. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me, like, Brooke, I'm in the best shape of my life. Like I'm like, so like, yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm loving my life right now. And I want to put this one on that. It's a very, very serious subject as far as, and um throughout my life, there might have been 1 or 2 guys I've known that took their lives I was close to. But if there's, I want to let anybody know out there that, first of all, if you are thinking about anything like that, feel free to hit my DM and just, if you want to talk about whatever. Because the crazy thing is, there's a couple of foundations that reached out to me and everything and wanted me to speak on their behalf. And I said, sure. I said, that was just a movie, but I would love to, you know what I'm saying? And I've been, since that, a lot of things have been happening, not only opportunities for movies, but also, prevention, people that want to, try to help people. And I said, sure, I would help anything I could do.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that's committed around you or anything like
Yes, I have, but it was in my early years.
that? Okay.
Yeah. A couple of guys. I think right now, Rook, when you and I keep and first of all, I love your platform. You and Angel, a shout out to y'all. I really appreciate it. Y'all let me come on and speak. But the internet, when you really look at what's going on, a lot of this stuff you can attribute to the internet. A lot of this shit that's happening is because people are depressed. People are they're suffering from, I always get the post-traumatic syndrome disorder, PTSD. People are suffering from that. People are suffering from mental illnesses, mental deficiencies, and nobody really is, since it's so normal, since it's so normalized, and this is who we are, people just kind of gloss over it. But there's really problems out there because of the internet, and you could see it actually. You could see how it's affecting us. And I'm telling you, man, a lot of the ups, a lot of it has to do with the internet.
No, facts. Okay. You also had a video that's, I don't know. I was scavenging the internet and I seen there was a video. I don't know who released it, but it was it was you getting evicted, bro. Can you break down what happened that day? And
All right, first and foremost, I want everybody to realize, right? 9 times out of 10, when you see in the Black community and the culture, the people that you like to look up to, your favorite actresses and actors and um, rappers, everybody's from the hood, yo. Everybody is from the struggle. Most. Before your average actor or rapper got on, they was doing shit to survive and hustle, and because that's what we do as a people. When shit gets crazy for the Zista, I gotta do what I gotta do. It was around COVID times. It was a couple years ago. It was a little, you know what I'm saying? Somebody told me, little, they had an apartment that they was, I said, yeah, I need a spot real quick. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, beautiful place, nice little 1 bedroom, right next to the ballpark, you know what I'm saying? The Braves, Red Sox, home run, you could hear the crowd and shit. Go right downstairs and just eat your favorite ramen noodles, you know what I'm saying? In COVID, the evictions was backed up so far that by the time they coming, shit, it's gonna be about 7 months, 6, 7 months. So, you know, it was a rough time. The PPPs didn't drop yet. And I just got caught up. I had just got out of jail. The crazy shit was, it's the craziest thing. I had just got my girl a dog, Pablo. Now the rest of the dogs they wanted when I went and seen them, they wanted like 4,000. But I only had like a little 2,500. Pablo was like the slow one out the litter. But he was cool, you know what I'm saying? I said, you know what, just give me him for the 25. I had Pablo. I gave it to my girl, but the dog shitting all over the place. Pablo's a little slow. He don't really listen. So I had to take Pablo back with me to my apartment. So Pablo was with me that day. Did anybody care what happened to Pablo? Rook, you're not even asking what happened to Pablo.
Yeah, I want to know. I was gonna get there.
You want to know what happened to Pablo?
What happened?
They locked Pablo up.
Oh,
Pablo got locked up.
damn.
The Fulton County has a place where dogs get locked up if, you know what I'm saying? There was like 900 cages for dogs. I got out that same day. I got bailed out. Pablo stayed in about a week. When I finally went and got Pablo, do you know how happy Pablo was when he seen me? And this is a true, it's a true story. I swear to God. When they came out, there's a big lawn with there's like flags, you know, for the jail flag and I guess the Georgia flag, you know. Pablo went right over there by the flag and took a big ass shit. I didn't even pick it up.
Oh my God.
I didn't even pick it up, man. I was so fucking happy. Pablo was so happy to see me. I miss Pablo, man. But yeah, Pablo got locked up, man. Somebody ended up stealing Pablo in the 4th ward. Anyways, so that night, that day, I had just got out of jail. You know, maybe a few days. I was in jail for maybe like a few weeks. And I had just got out. And I guess they didn't, like the warrant was still there. They actually made a mistake. And the charges that was brought, everything was dropped. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's
That's
what
why,
you were
like,
saying.
you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, listen, man, what can you do? I mean, that shit was years ago. So when people are calling, hitting me like, yo, you good, you good? I'm like, bro, do you read? It says 2022 on there. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And you know, I didn't have my hairs done grew out. So it's like, come on, man. Like this reads. It's fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Like reading's fundamental. Just look at it says 2022, 2022.
How are
Listen,
they able just to release the tapes out, like the
shit
video
is
tape?
fucked up, bro. I got like 100 of them. You know what I'm saying? Shit is fucked up. And I don't see how. First of all, I got a lawyer looking. See, it's not even about releasing the tapes because it is public knowledge. You can go look up anybody and just do a search, I guess, and look. But the thing is, when they got it on YouTube and they're getting millions of views, that means they're making money off it. Now they
Right.
ain't signed. Zeno ain't signed off on any of that. So I'm coming from my check. I'm just letting them build up they views. They can build up. That shit don't bother me. All the shit they got out there with me and all that. Listen, man, that's just, you know what I mean? You know, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, as far as that police shit, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like most of them are assholes and fuck them. There's a lot of great police out there. Big ups to them. And I have a lot of respect for the police. But a lot of police are assholes too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those tapes show that. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had, you know, issues about, you know, arrests here and there, but it's all petty bullshit. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing, man. You know what I mean? You just keep it moving in life. That's all. Anybody
At
who
all.
knows me, you just be like, oh, that's just dog. That's just Ray
Right.
Dog. Like Boston, my Boston people be like, that's just Ray Dog. Like that's I've been like that for years, man. You know what I'm saying? Like running from police since I was 13, 12 years old. Police shooting at me. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston was a madhouse when it comes to. So when you grow up, it's you against police, and you keep that with you for the rest of your life. But you
Right.
know, I'm old enough to know how to separate that everybody's not alike. You know, like I said, I run into a lot of good police that give me a lot of love, male and female, and I give it to them back. But I understand there's gonna be those ones who ain't gonna give love. And I've been giving breaks
Right.
too. So shout out to the ones we always complain about the ones who be, and I give them a hard time. But I want to shout out to the ones that gave me a break a couple times. Like I don't want to say for what or for who or name names, but shout out to y'all if y'all are watching. If y'all remember me and you get, because there's been a couple that gave me a break. Go ahead, go ahead, Zeno. Go ahead. Shout out to y'all.
Right. Which police officer? I mean, what was it that set you off
Because he was
in the
like, yo,
video?
because I'm telling him the basic. I don't know. I was already just pissed the fuck off. So I don't want to hear nothing. He's like, man, you gotta be careful because these kids are looking up to you. Shut the fuck up. I'm going, the fuck, man. What kids? Is any kids there? You know what I'm saying? Like he just saying shit to yeah, the pit, like, what do you mean? Like, yo, I used to look up to you. Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't got no, you know what I'm saying? That's the wrong time to be trying to console somebody. Motherfucker, I got cuffs behind me in this tight ass car. Y'all putting 72 fucking seatbelts on me like I'm El Chapo. Where the fuck am I going? It's like, come on, man. I don't, you know what I mean? Like this, people be doing, some people overdo their job. They came so deep. Like, god damn.
Right. They deep.
Yeah. Like what's all that for? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck it, man. You know, and of course, they don't mind releasing they don't mind releasing the uh the body cam footage if they know it's like a celebrity or if they know it's because it's dead. Everybody wants to shine. Clout zombies. Motherfuckers are clout zombies. Everybody, police, women, kids, grandfathers, grandmothers, everybody right now are all clout zombies. Somehow, some way they want a connection that got to do with something going viral now. That's just as much as money for people right now.
Right.
Yeah. A motherfucker will kill himself just for
Right.
clout. Imagine that on the internet, just for clout. Be dead as fuck, but he got the clout he wanted.
Right.
Hooked, fried, broiled,
Right.
flambaced. Motherfuckers are, I don't know. I don't know, man, for real. Hey, let me ask you a question. You watch Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, I've seen a couple seasons, a couple things in and out.
Who do you think was the best seasons of all? What crew?
I
That's if
don't
you
know
watched
like
all
the
of it.
seasons by that. I said I didn't watch it like that. I'm just in and out. But Angel right here, so she
Hey,
probably can tell you
Angel,
what she.
Angel,
Hey, 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 hey,
what's up, Angel?
hey.
So out of all the seasons, what crew was we gonna call it the you know, and like the Stevie crew because it really Stevie and Jocelyn. We're gonna call it the Stevie and Jocelyn
Yeah,
crew.
that was the best one.
Who had the
Yeah,
hardest crew?
I would say like the Atlanta crew was the best because
Well,
to
which
me,
Atlanta crew? Because there's about 10 different Atlanta crews.
so the season where it was
Mimi was on the pole.
Mimi was on the phone. Stevie, Jocelyn, you, I think you were dealing with a young lady during that season.
A few
The
of them.
the season where the reunion where the whole fight broke out and it was you and Jocelyn, that was the best crew.
Now, I'm just saying, right? You know, because there's been a lot of crews, right? I'm just
Yes.
saying. Don't you think that the people want that crew back together?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Wouldn't that?
very it was very drama-esque, but it was very good for television. Like it was just it felt like during those particular seasons, whether fabricated or not, the storylines not only were
No,
good.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm gonna be really, really honest. All my shit wasn't fabricated, so I can speak for that. I was with Stevie the whole time, living with him, and all his shit wasn't fabricated either. That was
Mm.
just real. It could, like so, and I was seeing with Scrap, all Scrappy shit was real. Everything he was going through was real shit. Kirk and Rashida was all real. It got realer. And like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just and K Michelle shit was real. Um, I just be like, man, if we could just get that crew back and just do a season with that crew.
Hey, I gotta ask a question, Benzino, about that. Maybe you know the answer. It's a crazy question, but maybe
I've
you
heard
could know
all.
that.
It's not crazy. It was the internet. Believe me,
Yeah,
it's
right.
nothing's
You
crazy.
know when Nico and Mimi had the sex scene in the shower, right?
Mhm.
There had to been somebody recording that.
Right. Well, no, not necessarily. Only if the camera. I've watched it a few times. I watched it a few times. Yeah, I watched it a few times. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back and see how much the camera is moving, but I'm pretty sure the camera is moving. So yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Of course. Now, me personally, if I was gonna do it, right? Because everybody was probably thinking about doing it. I remember when Mimi was doing this, was like, damn, she got some money for that. But not everybody's gonna be willing to do that. But I would have a female
Right,
filming, butt naked filming. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's what I would do.
I was just
But
curious about that question. I mean, because
yo,
I just figured.
do you understand in those three seasons, 1, 2, and 3, those moments, look, they still talking about the hot tub from
Right.
Blue Ridge. And people don't really know, right? Blue Ridge, like we was the first ones to go to Blue Ridge. Like everybody started Real Housewives, Married to Medicine. They all went to Blue Ridge after that. But we was the first ones to go. And they still talking about that right now in this season. Like 10 years later, 8 years later, they still talking about that hot tub scene. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to bring that up because I know for a fact, and I don't want nobody on the new squad to get mad. It's all love with all y'all. It's all love. But ain't no Love and Hip Hop cast fuck with the first 3 seasons. Period. None of you. And the numbers show it too. The numbers was ridiculous, man. We had the
Yeah.
Obamas watching it.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Obamas was watching us. That's big.
It was again, no, all seasons do what they do, but I felt like the storylines were very good. They were consistent. They were intriguing, and it didn't feel made up. I've seen other seasons or other crews where it felt like y'all trying to create a narrative, like y'all trying to like make it happen. Y'all felt like, ooh, this how like they really living this. You know what I mean?
And no, there's no other cast on Love and Hip Hop in any city that can touch us.
So why? Why do you feel like Mona Scott won't bring y'all back together as a unit?
Well, it's always hard to bring the dream team back to a dream team of anything back together because everybody has their own careers and everybody has their own. And plus, there was a lot of split ups. I mean, when you look back, shit, Jocelyn and we all, you know what? The whole cast it looked like they had Love and Hip Hop babies. Jocelyn and
Mm.
Stevie had one. Me and Althea had one. So I think Scrappy had like 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? For at least 4, I think. Love and hip hop, I would say. You know what I mean? Like, so when you think Love, Mona is responsible for a lot of babies. You know what I'm saying? So to bring back that cast would bring back a lot of memories. I know that for a fact, and a lot of I don't know if all the memories and if the relationships are still good, but me, I'm always like, I'm that. I don't think about the past. Like I would be ready to do another Love and Hip Hop regardless. We all bring who we're with now. Because that's what the people want to see. And why not? We could get that bread. Like, what's the problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? It would be, listen, it would break records. It would definitely break records because everybody kind of went on to do greater, bigger, and greater things. Of course, from the original crew, Kirk, Rashida, and Carly and Scrappy are still on it. I think those are the only 4 from the original crew. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Jock, but Jock came after. So I'm just talking that first 3 seasons before the reunion. It was that crew right there that really, I mean, the numbers that we were doing, we was breaking records for a black reality show. We was almost doing Duck Dynasty numbers, and that's big in the reality world. So Um, if we could get that crew to come back for one season, I would love. I would be a fan. I would watch
Yeah. Is it true? Because you know the internet is interneting.
it.
Is it
Mhm.
true that Rashida and Kirk are in the midst of a divorce?
I ain't heard no shit like hell no. Like I don't
Mm.
believe that shit. People
It's like
just
a
put
50.
anything just to get reactions. Like, do you believe that? Do
I
you
mean,
believe in a million years that Rashida would leave that man?
I
Man,
do
listen,
not. But you know, you
hell
never know with the
no.
internet. You know, it's like they're talking
Nah,
about fifty
man.
million
Kurt and
dollar
Rashida.
divorce or something.
One thing about Kurt and Rashida, and I can say this, I don't give a fuck what they went to. As a couple, I watched them in real life build an empire. Like they shit went up from their clothing because they started out in fashion and clothes and retail, and they shit went up. They shit kept going up. So whatever they doing on TV, they putting it back in their businesses. And it seemed like Rashida always keeps a wholesome image. So that right there brings great advertisement. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't super ratchet, you know what I'm saying? Like these other savages. So, you know,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I could say that, and because I'm really good friends with Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Like Kirk's a great guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Both our brothers did serious time in jail. Both our pops were gangsters. We have a lot in common. But you know, he's a great guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Kurt's a great guy in real life, for real. They all are. They all cool dudes, man. Like ain't no beefs and none of that. Shouldn't be no beef. When you getting money, you getting big checks. What the fuck is you beefing for? Take your ass back on the block, nigga. If you want to beef, shit.
That's facts. That's facts. So moving forward, it is alleged that Beyonce has dropped the Carter name and is
Oh
back to being a Knowles.
hell no. Where'd you hear
And
that from?
the internet is interneting. The internet is
Nah, I don't believe it.
interneting.
I don't believe it.
So
I
look,
used
I'm gonna Google Beyonce right now and
shit.
see if it still says
If
it.
that
But
listen, if that's true, then that's a hell of a message, boy. That's a hell of a message being. I don't believe it because man, to me, that would damage everything. Because that's almost like she's throwing the towel in when she has to stand by him. Because if people see cracks in that now, then they're only gonna assume it's because of what's going on with the case, and they're gonna assume that the case is looking bad because why would she bail on him? I
Right.
just deal with common sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a fortune teller or nothing. I don't have any special powers, but I got some hell of a common sense. You know what I mean? That just if she did that in real life, then homie's in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
so it does appear that when you Google her now, and even in Forbes, it is Beyonce Knowles and not Beyonce Carter.
Man, but that ooh,
Yep.
man. That's not a good sign, bro. Yeah, that's not a good sign. And listen, they've been the epitome of black excellence. They're who we got. They're who we got as a culture, and people hold them dear. People hold them dear because of what they exemplify within the entertainment business, right?
Right.
If she did that, the message is sending to me is that she's bailing, and she wants everybody to know that. Like that's not even. I'm still gonna because it's the internet. I'm still gonna keep my hope alive that she didn't do that shit. But if that's true, because something like that would be in People magazine, New York Times, like that's big news. That's news for the stock market. See, when you start fucking with names, you fucking with the stock market when you're worth as much as them. When you start fucking with that last name, that's stock market type shit when you sending messages. Like
Mhm.
right now, the Jay Z and Beyonce as a together is a brand together. They're a commodity together. When you do that, you're breaking the commodity. So the commodities devalue because you ain't carding them. What the fuck? She just called her album Cowboy Carter. She just did to me a subpar performance. I know they're gonna come at me, but I've been around a long time, man. I've seen some amazing performances in my lifetime with all type of artists, and I've seen actually better Beyonce performances than that. And maybe because I wasn't into the country western music type of thing, maybe that could be it. But as far as a performance, if we're talking performance, that don't touch nothing Mike did. That don't even come close to anything MJ did. And then there's just a lot of amazing performers out there, not just solo females I'm talking, just period. So I don't know if that to me, that was all right. It wasn't like, it didn't blow me away. How do y'all feel about it?
I didn't really watch it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Man, you
seen
was in
clips on.
Dallas. You from Dallas. I
Look,
don't want to hear that
look,
shit.
look,
You
look,
right
look.
there in Texas. How did
Yeah,
you like it?
I seen a lot of stuff on on TikTok. I thought it was cool.
Right. Just cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool. It wasn't nothing to be like, oh yeah, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Why do you think people hype up Beyonce the way they do? Is it because of what I said of the regard they hold him in? Of
Right, that's
blackness?
what I think. Right,
Mhm.
she's
Okay.
been setting the stage for years. Like whatever Beyonce does, that's what everybody's gonna do. All the women gonna do. So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my thing is, see, it took us so long to get here. So why are we trying to be country western anyway? I mean, it took us so long to get our music and our stuff, and we don't have to go. We don't have to. Like that's what they got. Country western is their culture, and that's what, and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's dope when she does R&B and hip hop and shit. She's the queen of that. But as an artist, I get it. You try to do new things, and as big as she is, I understand it. I am taking.
yeah.
She is one of the greatest to ever do it. She certainly is in this generation the best entertainer as far as a black woman goes. I don't really see anybody that's topped her. You know, um, but there's different folks for different strokes for different folks. To me, Sade don't dance at all, but Lord knows when she performed, I was like this. just, I mean, she, just the way she moved, and her songs were just, man, I have goosebumps and shit. So it's not like, for me, I'm not looking for the 100 people and the big, all, that it can be cool too if it hits me like that. But, I didn't really feel that from the halftime performance. I didn't get what everybody else thought they got. You know what I'm saying?
What are your thoughts on this new allegation with Joe Budden and apparently being in the
Joe
hallway
No
of his
Buttons.
building
Joe
in the
No
nude?
Buttons. At least I had drawers on when the police came. This nigga,
And
first of all, he's a streaker. I'm old. You know what a streaker is?
yes.
I don't know.
I
What
heard
I'm what
Joe's
is
gonna.
it?
I heard Joe's gonna run butt naked across the Super Bowl at halftime. I heard he's getting ready to do that. Like Joe, no, but like I don't, bro. Like, see the thing with Joe and Joe's fans and Joe's people that sit with him. Joe's so hip hop bougie. Nigga, why the fuck is you butt naked trying to press somebody else's code to get in their crib? Mister. This nigga was butterball naked going into the lady's crib. And her and her daughter's looking at the ring camera, and this nigga's butt ass naked. Like, what the fuck was he on? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm an older guy. I didn't, what I'm saying? We a little fun here. But man, not that much fun. Joe, no
And I
buttons.
think he allegedly
It's
claims
not
that he was
allegedly at this point.
sleepwalking.
It is not allegedly. There are police reports. Reports have been given. Mug shots have been taken. This shit is not allegedly. you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see
He
what
says that he was
happens.
sleepwalking,
Get the fuck
and
out of
apparently
here,
this isn't
man.
his
Yo,
first
bro.
time.
Well, how come you didn't sleepwalk to the old lady's apartment or to the fat chick down the hallway or up to the man's apartment? Why are you going to the lady's apartment that looks like something though? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like was your sleepwalk programmed to go to the apartment with the chick that looked the best in the hall? How come you didn't go to like Leroy's apartment? That would have been even worse. So let me stop that. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man. Hey, look, man. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? What we really want, all jokes aside, is his health to be good and that he's mentally all right. You know what I'm saying? We wish him the best on whatever that is. And if it is some type of substance or whatever, that he gets the help he needs. And you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't like that. But oh no, he talk about everybody else. Mr. Flasher. She was gonna answer the door. He didn't even have to go. He went up there like this. That nigga heard Roman horns in the background. That nigga thought he was in Caligula. He thought Joe thought he was going out there and hear ye. Hey, Flip, what you got to say about that, Flip? Oh shit. Oh man, you gotta love it though. You gotta love it. You gotta, hey, listen, man. Motherfuckers have fun with the Z stuff. I'm gonna have my fun too. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that.
So apparently a lot of Love and Hip Hop cast members are trending. Because Princess Love uh apparently goes through Ray J's phone and finds alleged proof that he and Sukihana have been fooling around. And she contacts Suki, sends her screenshots, sends
Mm,
pictures, whole 9 yards, and
yeah.
Suki takes it public. Suki posts it, exposing Princess Love, who claims that her and Ray J aren't even a thing. What are your thoughts on that? There was apparently, he was wearing her chain. There was some substance on his t-shirt. He never brushed his teeth or washed his hands after or something of another.
Yeah, he said he still left the juice on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's savagery 101 right there. You know what I'm saying? That's on the first page of savagery. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so good, I'm gonna leave the juice. I want to smell it all day. You know? Yeah, I mean, listen, Ray J is one of the original wild boys out here. A lot of people don't know that I gave Ray J his first, I think, one, if not the first television opportunity when he hosted the Source Sound Lab and he came on UPN 33 every Saturday. I don't know if people remember that. Shout out to Jeff two times, Dave Mays, the whole Source thing. Yeah, Ray J was the host. It was like our version of Soul Train, hip hop's Soul Train. And we was a bunch of people. We'd have guests come in and perform. I remember Nas performed. We had Dog Pound. A lot of people performed, and Ray J was the host. It was Ray J in Egypt. Egypt. She's on the home. I think Egypt does stuff with houses now. If y'all know Egypt, but yeah, yeah. So, but Ray J's one of the original wild boys out there. So I don't put nothing past Ray. The thing is, how did Princess get in Ray J's phone? How did she get in his phone? Did he leave it there accidentally? You know what I'm saying? Was he sleeping like this and she just took it and just went like that? Because you could do that. Like if a nigga sleep with his eyes open, you could just rub that bitch over the face and that thing open right up. Did you know that? Rook, did you know that?
No.
Rook, don't sleep with your eyes open, Rook. I'm wondering, I'm I'm just wondering how she got in the phone. Now, as far as Ray J and Suki, I mean, they grown. If Ray J's not with Princess, they grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Shit. Ain't nothing matter with that. Ray J's a boss. Suki, he just signed to it. I mean, he taking her shopping with bags and everything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? B equals C. D, E, F.
Do you think that Do you feel like
HIJ.
Suki was wrong
It's
for like
just-
exposing that? Do you feel like Suki was wrong for exposing the conversation between her and Princess?
no, I mean, if Princess is exposing shit, then of course it's gonna be like. First of all, exposure is the new shit right now. I want everybody to know. Be careful who you vent to. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you text to. Even if you think you're close to him or her, a year down the line, y'all might not be, and that shit's coming out. If anything, 2024 can teach everybody on here a lesson that's looking is to be more private. Because if you don't, you're gonna get exposed. Exposure is the new thing, is what our culture, exposure is what our culture is doing really, really at a fast pace right now on the internet with everybody. And it's gonna be to the point where no one's gonna be able to trust anybody. No one's gonna be able to share moments with anybody. No one's gonna everything, every movie, every sex tape, every text is gonna be used against. And it's just, it
It's
is
all
what it
content.
is.
Sucks.
It's
It's all
all, yeah,
content.
I mean, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? This is we're going into the Sodom and Gomorrah phase of the internet. Like a lot of foul shit's happening, and it's only the strong gonna survive. Yeah.
So, Fat Joe,
Hmm.
what's going on there?
I
What's
think Joe.
going on
I
there?
I think Joe needs
Is
to.
there something going on?
Joe needs. Joe's been talking a lot on the internet, and sometimes when you talk a lot, you could say you could have clips that say that you're saying 99 dope 999 things that make sense and that are dope and that the people are taking to you for. But there's gonna be one that could damage the fuck out of you. And me being I'm a quarter Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? May God rest my grandmother, Eloisa Torres. She was born in Guanabo, Guanabo, Puerto Rico. And uh, you know, Joe in the Bronx, what people got to realize, first people got to realize this. The Bronx, New York in the 70s when hip hop was first born was comprised of a lot of people from the Caribbean. A lot of people from the Caribbean were moving to New York for a better life. That's a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Trinidadians, Puerto Ricans, a real melting pot. The Bronx in the 70s was a real melting pot. It also was one of the poorest boroughs and cities in the whole country at the time. I mean, just the real, the Bronx was tough. It was rough. If you ever go back and look at YouTube videos of the Bronx. So Joe grew up in the melting pot of Black, Puerto Rican, Spanish, I mean, everybody, Jamaican, and that's what made hip hop ultimately. Puerto Ricans were focused more on the graffiti side of it and the breakdancing. And a lot of them were DJs of a lot of dope crews. That's true. And there was a few MCs. It's just that Black people were the predominant race of it. But back then, nobody was looking at a Puerto Rican and be like saying you didn't belong. Nobody did that. Everybody really wasn't looking at race like that. Puerto Ricans and Blacks were all. Everybody was poor. You was poor first before a motherfucker looked at your skin color. You was poor. You was struggling. So on that, I understand what Joe's going through as far as look. I'm down with. I've been down with this, and but this is the internet world, and it's also a new generation. And what Joe has to be careful is how he words things, is how it comes across. He has to be careful on how it comes across because people are do. Yeah, people do get offended, and I think what he said. I don't know if he said it with any malice, but for sure what he said was wrong. You know, he has to. He should come back and kind of reword it. And I see what him and uh from Brand Nubian was Lord Jamal going through, and Joe made another statement that was kind of probably taken out of context when he's saying, "Look, you're broke." So in other words, if somebody doesn't have as much money as him, then their opinions don't count. And unfortunately, that's the thinking of a lot of people right now. People try to use the fact that they have money to, to kind of quantify if their word means, and to quantify if their word means more than what a person who doesn't have any money means. And that's just not true. I just don't agree with him on both ends. But I can side with him when in his mind, when he's coming up in the Bronx and he's coming up around so many black guys and he's seeing it merge. But then he's a proud Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans are proud of their heritage. But when you're in a situation like that, the best thing to do is just be politically correct. You can't say what's always on your mind because you're gonna insult a whole race and you don't want to do that.
So Ja Rule is trolling 50 Cent over his Vegas residency and says that it might be the worst show to ever come
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Vegas.
That is so crazy that you said that, man. That yeah, um, 50's been on a roll of making the right moves. He's made a wrong that was a wrong one. Yeah, that wasn't it. You can't do a residency with a couple of years of songs in the '90s. It's just not gonna residencies. You had to have albums and albums, songs and songs and songs. Like, there's not too many rappers that can do residencies. To be honest, rappers, there's not too many. It's probably only a handful that could really give you a residency. Nas could give you a residency. Hove could give you a residency. I don't think 50 could. I just don't, because that type of music didn't stand the test of time right now. When you listen, a lot of 50's music is a lot of West Coast driven beats, and those beats are not the beats that people are listening to right now. And when you look at Snoop and Dre's new album, you could see, no matter what, right now, even the older people, that South wave, as far as production, is still the wave. You know what I'm saying? It's still the popular wave. And if you ain't making those songs with that type of energy on it, then people don't really. It sounds dated, and that's what 50. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of caught because his music really isn't. It didn't stand the test of time. Now you got to give Ja his props because his did. His did. His songs are big songs, and they'll stand the test of time. People still want to hear, Ja and Ashanti, those feel good songs. And not saying that 50, because I can listen to Many Men, and he got joints, but not for a Vegas residency. You know what I'm saying? Not a Vegas residency is you got to be there for a few months and every night. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way people like that were going to be coming to see 50 like every night and just packing the crowd. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? That nigga ain't Usher. You know what I'm saying?
It's been cited that, quote, there was poor sound quality, overpowering hype man, and a lack of engagement
Well, he
for
got
his.
hype, man. Tony Ayo, man, that, who's a bigger hype man than him?
Well, they're saying he was too much. He was doing too
Yeah,
much.
because he's too extra. Because he too extra for 50. You can see on his interviews. You too extra. Nobody want to see that shit. You too old. There should be a age limit cutoff at a hype man. You can't be a hype man in your 50s. It don't work.
Yeah.
Niggas don't want to see all that screaming, hopping, hollering around, rah rah. That you still dressing like you in the '90s, huh? Your swag is still. Nobody want to see that for sure. Chicks don't want to see that. Now I don't know if they want all the gangsters and the guys, the old school, the '80s niggas in their '40s coming in with the OG unit t-shirts on and the OG unit tank tops, but them days are over with. You know what I'm saying? They needed to be humbled anyways. We all do. That don't take away nothing from him as an artist. He's done great shit. Platinum himself, multi-platinum. But there are certain things that, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna troll everybody and talk shit about everybody, oh, when you flop or when you fuck up, then expect it back. And that's just what it is.
So you know that Evelyn Lozada's daughter Shawnee had a baby with the game,
Mhm.
and the internet is
Congratulate,
kind of inter.
congratulate them. Congratulate them.
Congratulations. Um, the internet is interneting as usual,
The
saying
internet's
that
internet.
it's weird because apparently one of Evelyn's best friends used to deal with him, and now her daughter has a child with him.
One of Evelyn's best friends used to deal. Look, let me tell you something. It's only weird in that from the women's point. Listen, if a woman wants a man, a celebrity, then all bets are off with the weirdness. Like, what do you expect? Everybody's gonna want the celeb. Everybody, her friend, whoever is exposed to him is gonna want him. Not saying everybody wants him, but you can't be surprised at situations like that. Because if Evelyn is running around all over the place, then you know what I'm saying? Of course, they're gonna meet. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be at parties that he's at with her friends 5 years ago, and then maybe the daughter meets him 5 years later, and they're at a. The daughter didn't know that the friend. So you know what I'm saying? You know, the industry's not the black music industry is not big. The parties and everything. The community isn't that big. So, you know, all the chicks that are running around, you know, who like celebrities and watch these guys and watch, if they want to meet these guys, that's the pool. That's just, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if you ever get to be a rapper or a singer and blow up, you know, then you know you'll experience it. It's a hell of an experience. You know what I'm saying? I must say.
Facts.
I must say it's a hell of an experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know. Man, Benzino, once again, man, thank you for your time, man. We appreciate it, man. We looking forward for this new year, man. I know everything's gonna be crazy. It's gonna get better and better. You know, we got a lot of stuff
man.
to see.
Yeah, man. I wish y'all well, man. Y'all get ready to go on y'all cruise. God bless. And yeah, man, let's keep this thing going, baby.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just a real life street stars.